Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rupinder Kaur. Welcome to Physio Lectures. Today I am going to start a new series on shoulder complex. In this series, we will learn about sternoclavicular joint, acromioclavicular joint and shoulder joint. But first of all, in today's session, we will discuss about sternoclavicular joint. So, sternoclavicular joint, it's made between the medial end of clavicle and manubrium sterni. And this joint attaches the upper limb to the axial skeleton. So, sternoclavicular joint, it attaches the upper limb to the axial skeleton type. It is plain synovial joint. The resting position of sternoclavicular joint is arm resting by side in normal physiological position. Then, its closed back position is full elevation and protraction. And the capsular pattern is pain at extreme range of motion, especially at horizontal adduction and full elevation. Now, in sternoclavicular joint, there are basically three major ligaments. One is anterior and posterior sternoclavicular ligament. Second is between the two clavicles, there is interclavicular ligament. And third one is costoclavicular ligament, which is located between the first costal cartilage and the clavicles. So it has three major ligaments and 3 degrees of freedom, that is 3 movements. First, elevation, depression. Second, protraction, retraction. Third, anterior rotation of clavicle and posterior rotation of clavicle. Now, the articular surfaces of sternoclavicular joint. It is made up of two shallow saddle-shaped surfaces. So, medial end of clavicle articulates with manubrium sternum and first costal cartilage. But here we saw that the superior portion of clavicle does not come in contact with manubrium sternum at all. Only the inferior portion of medial end of clavicle come in contact with the manubrium sternum. So, superior portion of medial end of clavicle does not contact the manubrium at all, but serve as attachment for interclavicular ligament and sternoclavicular joint disc. Now, we will study all things in detail, but first of all, we will learn about sternoclavicular joint disc. Now, the sternoclavicular disc is a fibrocartilaginous disc or meniscus that increases the congruency between the articulate surfaces. So, the basic function of sternoclavicular disc is to increase the congruency between articulating surfaces. As we know that in this joint, the articulating surfaces are medial portion of clavicle, manubrium sternum and first costal cartilage. So, the upper portion of disc here in blue color, the sternoclavicular disc is shown. The upper portion of sternoclavicular disc is attached to posterior superior part of medial portion of clavicle. And the lower portion is attached to the manubrium sternum and first costal cartilage. Now, the disc transects the sternoclavicular joint diagonally and dividing the joint into two separate cavities. So, there are two types of movements we will discuss. In one movement, the disc considered to be the part of manubrium sternum, and in another movement, the disc is considered to be part of clavicle. So, first of all, we will understand the elevation and depression. During elevation and depression, only the medial portion of clavicle moves, but disc remains stationary. So, during elevation and depression, disc considered to be part of manubrium sternum. While in protraction and retraction, the disc moves with clavicle. So, in protraction and retraction, disc considered to be part of clavicle. So, here it is written that during elevation and depression of the clavicle, the medial articulate surface rolls and slides on relatively stationary disc, and thus during these two movements disc considered to be part of manubrium sternum. While during protraction and retraction opposite happens, the clavicle and the sternoclavicular disc rolls and slide together on manubrium facet. Thus, during protraction and retraction, the disc considered to be the part of clavicle. Now, we will study about the functions of disc, sternoclavicular disc. Now, the first function of sternoclavicular disc, that it provides the joint stability by increasing the joint congruency. As we see earlier, that the sternoclavicular joint disc increases the congruency between the articulate surfaces, and due to increasing congruency between the articulate surfaces, the joint stability also increases. Second point is that it absorbs the force transmitted along the clavicle from its lateral end to the sternoclavicular joint. That the some forces come from the lateral end of the clavicle. So the sternoclavicular joint disc absorbs these forces. Third one is that its diagonal attachment helps to limit the medial movement of clavicle. As we saw earlier, that the joint disc is arranged diagonally, and this type of arrangement helps to limit the medial movement of clavicle. The last point is the disc also has a substantial area of contact. So, disc has a substantial area of contact with the medial clavicle, and which helps to dissipate the medial directed forces and protected the small manubrium facet from the high contraction of pressure. So these are the some basic functions of sternoclavicular joint disc. In the further lectures, we will learn about the ligaments of the sternoclavicular joint. So if you like my video, then please share it, like it, and subscribe my channel for more such videos. Thank you.